All right, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, we're going to be talking to Josh, who has spent $600 on leads. And from that $600, he's written $52,000 in annual premium with IUL and advanced markets. Not to mention, he also has a $500,000 annuity appointment after this call and multiple other deals in the pipeline, like a $24,000 IUL and more that he hasn't even told me about yet. So in this video, what I want to do is explain exactly what he's doing so that you guys can learn from his process. So Josh, welcome to the channel. I'm excited to have you on, my man.
Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you could share with the kind people at home what you've been doing. I think you've been running this for about a week now, maybe a week and a day. I think we started last Wednesday. And can you kind of talk me through like what we're doing and what results you've seen so far?
Yeah, so got set up on the leads and and they immediately started coming, well, once we got it like everything set up, they started coming in and it's it's pretty cool because it's like the people with the automation that the lead gets created, they respond and then they get sent out a text and then and then some of them book right into the calendar and then the other ones I just dial. So, I've been getting like a mixture of people, setting on my calendar and then people that I've been, reaching out to and connecting with. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, can you kind of talk through like, so we spent $600 on ads. What deals have you already closed? And then kind of talk to people through like what your pipeline's looking like.
Yeah, so one of the first ones I got, he booked into my calendar. And so I was, showed up on the appointment. He didn't show up, so I'm sitting there for, a minute or two and I'm always, take a proactive approach. So I give him a call. He doesn't answer. Wait a minute. Give him another call from my phone. He doesn't answer. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just, replace this time with some dials. He calls me back. Hey, sorry, I'm a truck driver. I get some unexpected, jobs sometimes, and I was just on the phone with my dad actually. So I was like, hey, no problem. So let's get some information and see what I can do. And so from there, I usually just ask the client, like, I don't know how deep you want me to get into it, but I just ask them kind of how much they know about the IUL, what their expectation is, what they're trying to do. And long story short, with this guy, he's runs a trucking business. He's got a couple trucks. He's growing a lot right now, and he's a little bit older. He's not old, but he's a little bit older as far as getting his retirement going. So he wants to dump a lot of money that he's generating from his business into an IUL. So it's like a little under 50,000 bucks. $50,000 a year is what he's going to end up putting into the IUL. So after it was, I think one, two, three. It was three conversations, and on that third one, we wrote everything felt really good, and we wrote up the application and submitted to the carrier. So that was one of the big ones, the first one, and then another one. Talked to the client. He had actually gotten an IUL, but what we find a lot is people that have an IUL, they've done research, but they kind of feel like maybe it wasn't set up properly. And this guy actually really wanted cash value, so I showed him the difference between what he had and what we could do. Structured it when it's structured the right way for cash value, and it was actually a very easy process because he already knew what he wanted, but he just met with somebody that could actually set it up the way he actually wanted. Because the other agent had set it up for more death benefit than cash value, so
Yeah.
so that was that. And then I've never spent this low amount of money to have this big of a pipeline right now. I've got like so many deals right now that are, I've had the initial conversation and we're just, either following up or waiting to get it across the finish line. But obviously you don't really like usually celebrate the ones that are still in the works. But just from having done this business for 8 years, like, the pipeline's looking pretty dang sweet right now on top of what I've already closed. And then like you said, the annuity appointment. So yeah.
Yeah, man. This is what happens when you have good marketing and good sales. It's like Kobe and Shaq, dude.
Exactly. That's right.
So the people that you're talking to, are you like having to explain what an IUL is or convince them that it would be like a good thing for them to put money into? Or are these people that are like already educated on what it is? They've already kind of made their mind up, most of the way, and they just need an expert to make sure that they don't get there's a lot of agents out there that just like, and IULs get a negative rap in a lot of ways, and a lot of it is deserved because there's just so many agents that just like don't know anything and just screw people and tell them, hey, don't put any money towards anything else in retirement. Put all of your money here. But
Yeah.
like you're talking to people, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, that already kind of know what it is and they know like how they're going to use it, and they're just looking for an expert to kind of push them over the finish line and help them set it up the right way.
Yeah, I would say many of them, if not majority of them, have already done a lot of research and kind of already know what they're trying to do. And they know what they're trying to do because I feel like the education on these has grown, like, or at least the content out there. So a lot of people are getting hit with content and like they're seeing stuff about it and they think it's a good idea, but they're just looking for that person that can kind of like really break it down in a way that makes sense to them and also set it and like show them how they're setting it up in a way that actually accomplishes what they're trying to do. But yeah, I mean, with this marketing, it really is getting in touch with a lot of people that are a little more financially sophisticated, savvy, than marketing I've had in the past. So that makes things easier.
And one thing too that I don't even think we mentioned is like you're not even doing this full time because Josh is one of the coaches inside of our program that helps people sell IUL, right? Like
Yeah.
our people are actually doing this, by the way, guys. So like we have people working the exact system that we set up for people. Josh is doing. You're probably doing this like what 4 or 5 hours a day.
Yeah, I mean if that like yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, 3 to 5 hours maybe. But yeah, extremely part-time. Dude, if there's people that are like full-time agents and this is what they do, like you could get so locked in on this and have so many leads and talk to so many clients. And I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, really. Because I mean, I teach and train agents as well, so I kind of know like different agents and different different ways that people run their business. But yeah, on a part-time basis, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's insane. And by the way, like real quick disclaimer, because last time I posted one of these videos, I had some negative broke people in my comments talking about like this is unrealistic, it's impossible. I'm not saying that you are going to do this. There is a very, very high probability that Josh is better at selling advanced markets products than you because he's been doing it for a while. But the reason I post this video is to show you guys what's possible when you tie in like top level skill set with top level marketing and then actually put in the effort. And so like the reason I'm posting this video is not to say like, hey, if you suck at sales, you're going to be able to do 52K in AP off of, $600 in leads. It's to show you guys that like if you commit yourself to the sales process and understand the product and put in the work and are patient and wait some time, because Josh, how long have you been selling IULs for?
So I've been selling insurance for 8.5 years. IULs, like in a focused way, it's probably been like 2.5 years.
Got it. Yeah, so he's been selling IULs for longer than a lot of people have been in the industry, period. So like it takes time to master this and learn the skill set. But if you can even get a percentage of what he's doing and also learn from people like Josh to help you further along in your process in the advanced markets, I would say like that is a massive win. But chances are like there's a very low probability, unless you're like the 1% of 1% of producers, you're probably not going to write 52K AP off of $600 in lead spend. Just wanted to be clear about that so we're not setting improper expectations. But if you guys want access to this exact same system that Josh is running, there's a couple different ways that you can work with us. One is something we call the personal brand funnel, where basically we put you in the ads. So your prospects, right, all these people out there that are worried about their money and whatnot, they essentially see you in the ad explaining the concept of what you do. So if that's IUL, we'll make it about IUL. If it's annuities, which is a really hot market right now, obviously Josh has an appointment with an annuity client after this. We'll put a video with you talking about annuities in the market and all this kind of stuff. Or if it's infinite banking, right? Anything that's advanced market that has a high commission that the economics of your business are solid. Then we send them to a training, which is this is the same funnel Josh is using basically, except I'm the one in the video, not him. So it's a training that basically explains the concept of what you're doing. So when they jump on, they're already educated and they already see you as the expert, right? And so that's why like these people that he's talking to, like they're already aware of what he's gonna, help them with. So that's the personal brand funnel. That's, it's pretty expensive. So if you're like an advanced markets producer that's really looking to scale and like build your brand in the industry, that's something I would highly recommend looking at. Link down below in the description. It's the first link in the comments. The second thing is basically we'll run proven ads that like we already know work, but they're not with you in them, so you don't really have that expert effect. But this still crushes. This is like because Josh is not in the ads, he's basically running this model. So we essentially launch proven IUL, annuity, final expense, term ads on your account, and then essentially generate leads for you to call. So those are the two like ways in which people can work with us. We do all the marketing for you, and you just have to focus on sales and improving your skill set. So link below in the description. We also work with agencies that are trying to scale as well. So all of that's gonna be in the description. Jump on a call and we can go over how we could potentially help you. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Josh, um, where do you kind of see this going? Like in terms of like if someone were to do this full time, what do you think would reasonably be possible with leads like this?
I mean, I've been in like marketing that was, you know, like not nearly as good as this and not as efficient and not as systemized as this. And I was able to do, I mean, I was able to do 100,000, over $100,000 of annual premium in a month. But like, I mean, I'm not trying, I don't like exaggerating either.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, honestly, everybody's skill set's going to be in a different place, but somebody that really
100%.
is like developing themselves and really, has discipline and is good with people. I mean, I mean, I think you can. There's agents that can do $200,000 of annual premium in months. Doing this. I mean, or more. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, like if you're full time and you've got some sales skills and you know what you're talking about on some level, or at least you're coachable, then like 50,000 and above. I mean, I don't see why agents can't be doing that with, especially if they're full time and they don't have to, if they're not managing two jobs at once. Then I mean, if this is their thing,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I don't like to give an exact number because everybody's in such a different place, but
Yeah, I
I
agree.
mean, the potential is, pretty incredible just based. I mean, I've done 1 week and I'm like blown away. So I mean, if somebody could do this for an entire month and they can just dedicate all their time to this, they can really blow up. And if you're an agency builder, I mean, you could really scale your agency doing, getting everybody in a system like this.
Yeah, yeah, and that's we the reason I ask is not like to say like people are going to be able to do that because that is like a stretch goal for sure. And you would have to find, a few big deals, probably some annuities and also like working and getting referrals, which is cool thing about like this type of a market is usually people are more open to giving referrals because like if
Yeah.
they're setting something up with their money and it's really helping them, right? Like if they're doing something that's helping them save money on taxes or protect their money with an annuity, like they're gonna tell their other wealthy friends about you, and so that's where things can get crazy. Is like you make one sale on one lead you paid for one time, and it turns into like that entire person's network of people, which is really cool. Um, can you give some tips for people that like maybe they're just getting started on advanced markets, or maybe they've been doing it for a while but haven't really like broken through to this level of success. I know you and I have talked to a couple of those people over the last week just on coaching calls. What would your advice be to somebody that's like trying to master this skill set so that when they have the good marketing, because again, you can have great marketing, but if you don't have that sales skill, you're not going to crush it. Like, not everyone in our program is seeing the results Josh is seeing. It's because he has the sales skill set as well.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to a couple things, but I mean, coachability, like, I mean, there's so much access to information. So like if you want to get good at it, like you can get good at it. And if you want to learn the advanced markets, if you want to learn these products, like there's so much access to information. I mean, you guys give access to information through, weekly training calls and things like and mentorship. So like I would just say it's a being able to be coachable and then being able to like you have to be willing to throw money into you have to feed the thing that feeds you money, so you have to be willing to throw money into the marketing and into if you have a poverty mentality on it and you're trying to squeeze every nickel, I mean you're not going to break through into the next level. Like you got to throw money into it. Fortunately if you can get a system where the money that you do throw goes further than what you're used to, then that helps. But I would just say like being coachable, being hungry for the information, like, and because I know for me, like IULs were confusing for a long time. Like I didn't understand them. I was like, is it term? Is it whole life? Like the cash value? How does that work? What's the difference between the account value and the surrender value? Blah blah blah. But it's like you can you can call these carriers and just ask, like, pick their brain on the product. Like, pick a couple products that somebody like me that's doing it recommends or whatever, and just learn those two products. Learn how to talk about them comfortably. And what I found is, like, you want to learn as much information as you can, but with most clients, you want to keep it very simple. You want to just say, like, here's what you're trying to do. Here's how that gets you there. Here's how that gets you there. And if you can learn a lot to where you're comfortable talking about it, but you're keeping it simple while you do, then no reason why you can't crush this market,
100%. Super valuable advice. Well, ladies and gents, you guys want us to basically run the ads for you, get you leads, get you appointments. There's going to be links down below in the description. I'm not going to turn this into a whole pitch fest for that, but hopefully you guys got value from this video and kind of expanded your mind towards what's possible. So yeah, without any further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Josh, thanks for coming on.
No problem. Thanks for having me.